Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Kat. So today I'm going to be doing my August TBR. So as you may or may not know, I am currently in America, which means I'm on vacation with my family. I'm probably having a great time. This is pre-filmed, obviously. So on the way there, I decided to only read Kindle books. My TBR is a dozen Kindle books that I have bought and uploaded. I am leaving tomorrow very early in the morning from Hiroshima to Boston. So yeah, let's just get on into it. So 3 of these books are wildly popular and I don't think I need to go into them that much. I'm just gonna say them first and get them out of the way. So number 1 is ACOTAR by Sarah J. Maas. And the reason I want to read it is because 1, it was on sale on Kindle, and 2, despite me not loving the first one that much, I had a lot of, technical problems with it. I hear that the second one is just blow your socks off amazing, so I'm really looking forward to that. And the other 2 that are wildly popular, and maybe I don't need to say that much about them, are book 2 and 3 in the Red Rising series. So it's Golden Sun and Morning Star, both by Pierce Brown. I read Red Rising and I liked it. I didn't love it. So I had really no intention of buying the next ones, but my fiance read Red Rising and he is just a convert. Like, he loves it so much. So he immediately bought the next 2, and because we share a library, yay! I got them as well. So I'm gonna keep it to fantasy and sci-fi for the moment. So the next one that I got is Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. On Earth, giant robot parts are discovered all over the planet, and then 17 years later, the artifacts and what they mean and where they belong and how they fit together is still unsolved. So I'm really hoping that this book is like Iron Giant in reverse. Like, if you have seen the movie Iron Giant, it's a masterpiece. In the end, it deals with the robot falling apart in like the most heartbreaking ending to any animated movie ever invented. But I digress. And I hope that they find the parts, it goes back together, it forms an adorable robot that has a lovely relationship with a boy, and we can all move on and be happy. That's what I'm really hoping for. Yeah, so I have high hopes for Sleeping Giants. Next is We Are the Ants by Shaun Hutchinson. And so it follows a boy named Henry. He's having a really hard life. And basically, aliens give him the chance to press a button and save the Earth, or not. He's not sure that he really wants to save the world, that he thinks it's even worth saving. So I've heard unending good reviews about this book, so I'm really looking forward to it as well. Okay, so next on the sci-fi fantasy list is The Bone Witch, which I got for only $2, amazing. I've heard really mixed reviews, so whether the $2 is warranted or not, we shall see. But basically, the main character is named T, as in like T-E-A, the drink, is a bone witch, and which means she can reach beyond life and beyond humanity, I think the blurb said. She goes to train with an older, wiser bone witch because a war is brewing. So I'm all about witches and magic, and I love the cover, even though I obviously don't have the real book. But I'm really hoping that it's a book that I will love, even though other people have said they didn't like it so much. I'm really hopeful for that one. Okay, so moving on into fiction. Number 1 is The Morning Star by M. Chandler. So it's actually funny because I have 2 Morning Stars. One is the 3rd in the Red Rising, and then the other one is the 1st in the M. Chandler series. Follows 2 men. Simon Drake is an outstanding FBI agent, and Jeremy Archer is an international art thief and socialite. Basically, I'm envisioning this being just an absolutely high-paced, high-octane cat and mouse game that ends in gay romance. Like, that's all I want from life. And I just really hope that that happens, because that would be amazing and perfect for airplane reading. Okay, so the next book is probably a book that is not so good for airplane reading, like if someone is reading over my shoulder, and it is The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torre. So it follows a woman who is a cam girl, and she is obsessed with death and murder. And she hasn't actually been out of her apartment for the last 3 years because she's scared that she might murder someone and like it. So what happens is she has to make a choice between going out into the real world and potentially saving someone who is in danger, or staying in her house to protect everyone else from herself. So I just thought that the premise was really intriguing and original. It's blurbed as an erotic thriller, which I don't think I've ever read before. So I am intrigued, and I hope no one reads it over my shoulder on the airplane. So the next one is Under the Skin by Michel Faber. So this book follows a woman who is cruising the Scottish Highlands and picking up hitchhikers, and she listens to their tales. I don't know a lot about this book other than that it is blurbed as scarred and awkward, erotic and threatening. So those are all like buzzwords that I feel a little uncomfortable with being in the same sentence, but this book was highly recommended by Jan Campbell, so I decided to give it a go. Okay, and the next two books are based on my absolute love of Teeth by Hannah Moskowitz. So I gave that book 5 stars and it is just amazing. Everyone should read it. If you would like to learn more about it, then please check out my wrap-up for last month. I will leave the link down below. And basically I loved it so much and it was my first book of hers, so I want to just really like get into her other works. So I bought 2 books. One is 3 and it is about a polyamorous relationship, and it is the first one that I have ever intended to read before. Taylor is a girl and she likes Theo, who is a boy, but Theo has a girlfriend named Josie. But Theo and Josie sometimes let a third person in and things go from there. So I have never read polyamorous fiction before, non-fiction. I've never read anything before, so I think it will be really interesting. My biggest thing that I hate in literature is a love triangle where they are trying to compete. So I'm really intrigued to see if it will be like a love triangle that is not a competition but more like a peaceful balance. So I'm really intrigued and I think she has the capability to pull it off, and so I have really high hopes for that. And the last one by Hannah Moskowitz is Wild. So it follows a boy named Zach who is currently parenting his younger sister whilst training for a 100-mile race. So the person who's largely getting him through this stressful time is his girlfriend, who's named Jordan. She's sweet and virtual. They've never met in real life. And she also happens to be deaf, a fact that she has not yet told him about because they've never met. Can they survive the stress, or will the stress pull them apart? So I thought that the elements in it were really amazing and sounded really great, and I don't know if I would have read it if it wasn't Hannah Moskowitz, but I am her slave, so I'll probably read everything she's written. And the last book in my list is a nonfiction called Mad Girl by Brianne Gordon. So Brianne has OCD, and this is her true story about living with OCD, working with OCD, and being like part of a family. So it has caused her alopecia, bulimia, and drug dependency, and I've heard that it is just a really good look at OCD and kind of the repercussions and how someone, you know, struggles to maintain a life that is worth living whilst also dealing with this horrible thing that's like always in their head and nagging them. So true story told with dark humor. I'm here for it. This finishes up my August TBR. I'm really looking forward to all of these. Do you guys have any recommendations about which ones I should read first? Because of course there are 12, so I mean I have a lot of time in the airport, but 12 books is like a lot for 24 hours. Like I'm only human. But yes, please let me know which ones you think I should read first, or anybody which one should I read first? I would really love to hear what you guys have to say about it. I hope that you guys are having a lovely summer. I'm in America right now with my family, so that's great. I can't wait to do book hauls from America and probably vlogs about like bookstores in Boston. So yeah, please look forward to that. I hope that you are having a lovely day and that you're getting some reading done and that you have air conditioning. So I will talk to you later. Bye!